for sure.
With me now is Cornelia Meyer, CEO of MRL Corporation, a business consultancy. A defining day for sure, says our political editor for Theresa May. Where do you think that definition is going to come from?
Well, it's a defining day because finally she has to corral her cabinet, which is, on one hand you have the Brexiteers, on the other hand you have the Remainers, and she needs to come up with a common decision that's acceptable to everybody, because time's really running out. We should have been there a year ago. We have decided 2 years ago that we wanted to leave the EU, and for the EU side, for the EU negotiators, it's very frustrating to negotiate with somebody who hasn't got a clearly defined stance, who doesn't know where their end game is.
And there's barely really been any negotiation between the UK and the EU in terms of Brexit in the last few months, has there, because of this complete stalemate?
Exactly, and we had some success at the end of last year, but it was a fudged success. I was actually here in the studio when Theresa May was in Brussels, and you know, we had that success on Ireland, but it was a fudged success. It wasn't really clear cut, and there really needs to be clarity. There also needs to be clarity for business. Look, Jaguar Land Rover, BMW, Airbus Industries have all said we cannot continue investing in this country, and we may not even be able to produce what we do in this country if we don't have clarity on how our supply chain will work and how much we can export.
Is that the main worry then, do you think, Cornelia? Business as well as politics?
Well, I think it's business as well as politics. Obviously, for Theresa May, it's the survival of her cabinet. But if you look at it, if I take the long run, the next 50 years, where we stand economically does matter. And how we're set up now will matter for the big businesses, the big investors in this country.
OK, Cornelia, so good to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed, Cornelia Meyer.